People like to be connected to history where they live. You know, they just want to know where did the land come from and what was happening on the land before it became a city like Viridian, a little village. And there's two very significant things that happened on site at Viridian that we get to claim. So for those of us that live here, this is what we get to claim. Number one, the birthplace of North Texas happened when Colonel Byrd spent the summer camped out right here on this Oxbow Lake from the writings about that time, and he negotiated with the 9 Indian tribes that were kind of warring with the settlers a treaty of peace and friendship. That treaty, we have a copy of it. It's handwritten. It's magnificent. When Texas was a republic, before it became part of the United States, Sam Houston was the president, and he signed the treaty. The treaty was signed with the Indians on site in September, and then that following February in 1843, the legislature of the Republic of Texas ratified it, and Sam Houston at Washington on the Brazos signed it. So the settlers that were here negotiating that treaty got in the Trinity River, and they floated down the river to the bluffs that are now Dallas, and that's how Dallas was founded. So the birthplace of North Texas is right here by this Oxbow Lake, and it's called Byrd's Fort. And so it's a very interesting piece of history. Now we're going to go a little further back. Okay? The Ouachita Mountains in Arkansas and the Rocky Mountains in Colorado are two mountain ranges, and in between all that used to be water. And it was boggy swamp for a period of time, and then it was beachfront. Now how do we know all this? Right here in the Woodbine Formation is a dinosaur dig. Now the excavation work that happened in the 80s on this site cut 20, 30 feet into this slope, and it exposed ancient history. And what they found in the slope was there had been a fire in this area because it was a boggy swamp like Louisiana. And when the water receded, everything dried out and there was a fire, and the animals congregated in this area, and a lot of them died. And because it wasn't a battle of the dinosaurs tearing each other up, there's new species of really well-preserved dinosaur bones here, and they've been found. And they're being excavated. And there's also, for the first time in history, they found a mama croc and a nursery with baby crocs, and then a food store of turtle shells that they were using to feed the babies. And so that's the first time they've ever found a mama croc and a baby croc in the same place. And those are new species of crocodile, we understand. So we've now partnered with the Perot Museum, and we're going to be entering into agreement with them to continue the excavation of what is one of the more significant dinosaur sites in the United States, and it's just getting started. There's a lot more to learn. We've already found 2 new species of dinosaur that we're aware of, and we think there's a lot more to harvest there. And we're excited about our partnership with the Perot Museum to house this information and exhibit over time.